What's up, Rockstars? Ben Lai here, Rockstar Fitness. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the RSF Strength and Conditioning Facility. It's finally here. Who would have thought the day would come when the COVID restrictions finally eased and we can now re-enter gyms? I feel like it's Christmas come early for all of us. We've all been chomping at the bit to get back in and start lifting some weights. Obviously, it's been a tough year so far and it's only June. I think now we can finally start to put COVID in our rear vision mirror and we can start to look forwards and hopefully have a much better end to 2020. I just hit a spice little conditioning workout then. Definitely got my heart rate up. The lunges surprisingly were quite difficult. It was the burpees that I felt wasn't too bad, didn't really faze me too much. The runs, on the other hand, I can tell you what, I'm probably not as fit as what I should be. And that's definitely something I'm gonna have to work on now that gyms are reopened. Today, what we are looking at is glute strength. Obviously, a lot of you have been working from home during the COVID restrictions. A lot of you are continuing to work from home, and we're sitting for long periods of time in chairs that weren't really designed to be sat in for long periods of time. So your pelvis is starting to roll underneath you, you're starting to get a sore lower back. Definitely a muscle that gets neglected, and guys, don't escape this. This is something that's just as important for you guys to do as well. All sorts of reasons to work your glutes, which is what we're gonna get into today. Stick around. So a couple of big reasons as to why we need to work the glutes is they are the key component, the main building block to our core strength, to our core foundation. They're the ones that help build that hip strength and help with hip functionality. Basically what that means is it's more than just building that booty and keeping that aesthetic up. They help with performance as well. Anything to do with hip function and hip drive comes through the glutes. Deadlifts, back squats, running, jumping, sprints, Olympic weightlifting, all comes through the glutes. Such an important muscle group. Not only because it looks really good and we all want to have that nice, strong booty, but also because of the performance phase. What we're looking at today is some great exercises you can do, either as a warm-up before you do your heavy deadlifting or back squats, or as a workout on its own, as some accessory work to build those glutes. All right, so we're gonna start your movements off with a lateral crab walk. Now for this movement, I'm gonna be using one of these resistance bands. Now I'm using a nice nylon band, but if you go to Kmart, go to Aldi, go to Target, you can get the rubber or latex bands as well. And they come in all sorts of different difficulty levels, light, medium, hard, extra hard. What we're gonna start with is your feet outside your hips, and I want that band sitting above my knees, not below them, above my knees. Sitting in this nice wide stance, I'm gonna bend my knees, push my hip back, and I'm gonna sit on my heels the entire time. I don't really wanna rock forwards. Now, with my feet outside my hips, in the direction I'm gonna move, I'm gonna step out with that leg first, so left foot out. Then I'm gonna bring my right leg back to that starting position. I don't want them coming close together. I wanna keep them quite wide the entire time. Now, I might do 50 to 100 of these walks, up and back, or if I have a long space like I do have here, I might do 8 laps. So 1 lap down, 1 lap back, that's 2 laps. It's a great way to start warming up the hips and getting those glutes starting to fire up. Give this one a shot. All right, so the next movement I'm looking at, I'm gonna keep the bands where they are, and I'm gonna go feet outside the hips. I'm gonna go into my squat position. Now obviously with a squat position, I want those knees driving out. That'll again turn on those glutes, and I wanna stay on my heels. Chest nice and tall. I'm gonna drop down, push those knees out, bring my chest up, and as I come up, I'm gonna lift one leg up and out to the side. That's 1. I'm gonna drop back down, squat, come back to the top, lift that leg out to the side. That's 2. And I'm gonna keep repeating this movement here, driving through the glutes and starting to get into that maximum point, that glute max. I like to look at 50 to 100 reps of these, and you'll definitely start to feel that glute starting to burn quite considerably. It's awesome. Really, really good movement. All right, for the next movement, we're moving to the ground. Now I'm gonna move these bands to just below my knees. Now what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna lie flat on my back, and I'm gonna bring those feet in nice and close to my butt. I'm then gonna move my feet outside my hips. Now the bands are gonna wanna pull my knees in. I'm gonna drive my knees out, and I wanna hold them in that position the entire time. Use the floor as a nice brace position. I'm gonna drive my hips up as quick as I can. Drive up, hold it. 1, 2, come down slow, just before I touch the ground, straight back up again. Going into those nice, strong hip thrusts. Bang, squeeze up, clench your butt at the top, come down slow. Now is really important to maintain that mind-muscle link. Think about the muscle you're trying to work.
and squeeze that muscle as hard as you possibly can at the top. Down slow, drive up. Now, I like to do these movements for time, so I might set a clock for 3 minutes to do this movement. Otherwise, you can do it for reps and do 50 to 100 of these reps. This one especially is one that I come to or do just before I do heavy deadlifting and back squats, because I find it really engages my glutes and turns them on ready for that strong, heavy lifting activity. All right, guys, for our next movement, we're just gonna go into a raised single leg glute raise. Now, I'm gonna use a little box, but you can use a weightlifting bench or a chair, basically anything that will allow you to place your leg up a little bit higher than ground level. I'm gonna lie flat on my back. I'm gonna place one foot up on top of the box, just one heel. I'm gonna keep that knee bent at about 90 degrees. Again, I'm gonna use the floor as a brace, and I'm gonna lift my other leg up to the ceiling, keeping that toe turned back. Now, all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna drive up through that heel, full extension, squeeze, come down slow, just before I touch the ground, drive back up again. All coming through my hips. I'm really trying to drive my glutes and my hips up to a full extension through my body. Down nice and slow again. Drive up, down nice and slow. Now you could do this for 25 to 50 reps per leg, or if you want, set a time, 1.5 minutes, 2 minutes per leg. I like this one because it really does isolate each leg independently of each other.
Well, there you have it, rock stars. Those are my top tips to develop better, stronger glutes. Now, if you like this video, please hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. New videos every single week. I hope to see you again soon.